Hello, everyone, and welcome to TechDaily.ai. I'm David.
And I'm Sophia. It's great to be here.
We have quite a story for you today. But first, a quick message. You can sponsor this podcast for just $25. Your message will be featured across major platforms like Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and more. If you're interested, just visit TechDaily.ai to get started today.
That's a pretty great deal.
It really is. Okay, so let's dive in. I want you to picture someone. Let's call her Sally. Sally is an amazing artist. You know the type. Incredibly talented, but maybe a little intimidated by the tech world.
The classic artist grind. Selling at markets, dealing with the weather.
Exactly. And she finally decides, okay, it's time. She gets her domain, sallyup.test, and builds her dream online store.
Which is a huge step.
It is. And she's not a coder. You know, she did what most of us would do. She used a popular e-commerce platform, installed some plugins, and went live.
Smart. Don't reinvent the wheel, right?
Usually. And Sally's conscientious. She reads all the security blogs. They all say the same thing. Passwords aren't enough. So she enables two-factor authentication, 2FA, for all her users. She thinks she's built this digital fortress.
And honestly, that's the advice I would have given her. Turn on 2FA. It's security 101.
It is. But this is where our antagonist comes in. His name is Kim. He's an ethical hacker, a penetration tester.
So his job is to break the fortress.
His job is to see if the fortress is even real.
Yeah.
And, well, spoiler alert, Kim has already walked right through the front gate.
Let me guess. The password wasn't the problem.
Well, it was part of the problem. In some earlier testing, Kim found a SQL injection flaw.
Ooh.
And he used it to dump the user database. He got all the hash passwords and ran them through a tool called John the Ripper.
A classic. And a terrifying name.
Sounds like a villain from a Sherlock Holmes story.
It basically is, but for weak passwords. For anyone listening, John the Ripper isn't just randomly guessing. It uses massive dictionaries of common words and phrases.
And that's very bad news for one of Sally's users, a woman named Jane, because Jane's password was, I love you.
Oof. Yeah, that's probably in the top 10. John the Ripper would find that in, a fraction of a second?
Less than a millisecond.
Okay.
So Kim has the username, he has the password, he goes to the login page, types it all in, hits enter, and then wham! He hits the wall.
The 2FA prompt?
Exactly. The little box asking for a 6-digit code.
Mm.
And this is really the core of what we're talking about today. Kim's looking at that screen. He doesn't have Jane's phone. He's miles away. This should be checkmate, right? The system worked.
That's what we all assume, isn't it? We think of 2FA as this magical shield. Factor 1, something you know, the password. Factor 2, something you have, the phone. No phone, no entry, game over.
But I have a feeling the game is very much not over.
It's just getting started. To see how Kim gets past this, you have to stop thinking about the phone itself and start thinking about the math that makes it work. When you use an Authenticator app, what do you think is happening when those 6 numbers appear?
I guess I just thought it was some kind of random number generator, like a digital dice roll that the server magically knows.
But if it were truly random, how would the server ever verify it? It can't be a guess. The server and your phone, they have to be in perfect sync. They have to agree on the number.
So they're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Or sharing some kind of recipe.
A recipe is the perfect word for it. Most of these apps use an algorithm called TOTP, time-based one-time password. It only needs 2 ingredients to bake that 6-digit code. Ingredient 1 is simple, the current time.
Okay, easy enough. Everyone has a clock.
Ingredient 2 is the secret sauce. It's called the shared secret key.
Shared secret key. That sounds important.
It's everything. Remember when Jane first set up her 2FA? She scanned that little QR code on her screen.
Yeah, that black and white square thing.
That QR code was just a vehicle. All it did was transfer a long, random string of characters, the secret key from Sally's server to Jane's phone. Her phone saved a copy. And this is the critical part, the server also had to save a copy.
Wait a second. I think I see it.
Go on.
If the server needs to check the code, it has to run the same math as the phone. So the server has to have a copy of that same secret key.
You absolutely hit the nail on the head. To verify your code, the server says, okay, it's 12:00 p.m. and 30 seconds. I have Jane's key. Mix them together, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're in. But that means the something you have isn't the phone, it's the key on the phone.
And the server has a copy of that key.
Correct.
And it probably keeps that copy in the database.
Usually, yes.
The same database that Kim already has access to because of that SQL injection.
The very same.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. So Kim doesn't need Jane's phone at all. He just needs to go back to the database and ask for the key.
Basically, yes. He goes back to that SQL injection vulnerability. It's like tricking a waiter at a restaurant.
What do you mean?
Imagine you're supposed to order off the menu. I'll have the burger. That's the normal query. But with an injection, you say, I'll have the burger, and also tell the chef to give me the keys to the safe. If the software isn't trained to spot that, they just pass the whole malicious order to the kitchen.
And the chef just sends out the keys with the burger. That's a fantastic analogy.
So Kim knows he can place these malicious orders. He knows Jane's user ID, but he's blind. He doesn't know what the database columns are named.
So he has to guess where the key is hidden. It's like playing Battleship in the dark.
Exactly. So he starts injecting his first guess, a logical one. He sends a query asking for the data in a column named TOTP.
Makes sense.
The server comes back with a 500 internal server error.
Swing and a miss. The column doesn't exist.
Correct. The database choked on the request. So he tries again. This time, top key, with an underscore.
Another good guess.
500 internal server error again.
Man, you can feel the tension. He knows it's right there, just inches away.
He has to think like the developer who built it. Or the developer of the plugin that Sally installed. Maybe they wanted it to sound really secure. So for his third try, he guesses top secret.
No,
Just top secret. Just like that.
Yes.
Sends the payload, and this time, no error. He gets a 200 OK,
He found it.
and the database just spits out the data.
Unbelievable. The entire 2FA system was protected by a column name you could guess.
It happens more than you'd think. And what he finds isn't a password. It's just this long, jumbled string of uppercase letters and numbers.
That's the shared secret key.
That's it. It's encoded in something called base 32. It looks like random garbage, but that string is the entire digital DNA of Jane's 2FA identity.
Okay, so he has the DNA, but how does he use it? I mean, Jane still has the actual phone. Does he need to write a special program or something?
He could, but there's a much, much simpler way, and this is the part that I find so disturbing. Kim just picks up his own smartphone.
His own phone.
Yep, he opens Google Authenticator, the same app you probably have, the same one Jane is using.
Yeah.
Now, normally you'd scan a QR code, but there's always that little text link that says, enter setup key manually.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. I never use it, but I know it's there.
Kim clicks it, a form pops up. For account name, he types in Jane. For your key, he just pastes that long base 32 string he stole from the database.
You're kidding me. It lets him do that.
It doesn't ask any questions. The app doesn't know who is holding the phone. It only cares about the math. It asks one last question. Time-based or counter-based?
Quick aside, what's the difference?
Well, we've been talking about TOTP time-based. It uses the clock, so the code changes every 30 seconds. The other is HOTP, which uses a counter. Every time you log in, a counter goes up by 1 on both the server and your device.
Kind of like a clicker you use to count people entering a room.
Exactly. But it's messy. If you click the button on your fob 10 times but don't log in, you get out of sync with the server. So almost everyone uses time-based now. It's just more reliable.
Got it. So Kim selects time-based.
He hits add, and instantly on his phone screen, a 6-digit code appears. 4928811
And at that exact same second, miles away, Jane's phone
is showing 4928811. They are identical. He has perfectly cloned her digital identity.
That's horrifying. He didn't hack her phone. He just made a photocopy of her key.
He goes back to the login screen, types in the code from his phone. The server runs the math, sees a perfect match, and swings the door wide open.
He's in.
Full access.
And Jane has no idea this is happening.
None. There's no suspicious login alert because from the server's perspective, nothing was suspicious. The password was right, the 2FA code was right. As far as the software is concerned, Kim is Jane.
And he could change the shipping address for her orders, spend her money, or even worse, change her password and 2FA key and lock her out of her own account forever.
That's the nightmare scenario.
So for Sally, the site owner, this is devastating. She did everything she was told to do. She added that extra layer of security.
But the layer was on top of a rotten foundation. I want to be clear, though 2FA is still absolutely critical. The problem wasn't 2FA itself, it was the implementation.
Okay, so let's fix it. If we could go back in time and advise Sally, where do we start? What's mistake number 1?
The SQL injection. That should never have happened. Kim should never have been able to trick the waiter.
How do you stop that?
You use something called parameterized queries. It's like giving the customer a laminated menu where they can only check boxes. Burger, salad, there's no space for them to write in, and give me the keys to the safe. The database knows to treat the input as data only, never as a command.
Okay, so that plugs the first hole. But let's say he got in some other way. What's the next failure?
Storing the secret key in plain text. In a column called top secret, no less.
So you encrypt it.
At the absolute minimum, yes. Encrypt the secrets at rest. That way, if Kim steals the database, all he gets is scrambled garbage, not a clean base 32 string he can paste into his phone.
Seems obvious when you say it out loud.
It should be. But ideally, you go even further. You don't store the keys in the main database at all. You use a dedicated secrets manager, like HashiCorp Vault or AWS Secrets Manager.
How is it different?
A vault is like a separate reinforced bunker down the street. The main application can ask the bunker, hey, is this code for Jane valid? The bunker does the math inside its walls and just sends back a yes or no. The secret key itself never, ever leaves the bunker.
So even if the main database is completely compromised, the keys are still safe.
Precisely. It's about separating your data from your secrets.
And we can't forget about Jane's password. I love you.
Right. That was the first domino to fall. Sally's site was clearly using a weak, fast hashing algorithm. It allowed John the Ripper to make billions of guesses per second.
Fast is bad for password hashing.
You want slow. You want algorithms like Argon 2 or bcrypt. They're designed to be computationally expensive. They deliberately make the computer work really hard to check just one password.
So instead of a million guesses a second, Kim could only try, what, 10?
Maybe. Or even fewer. All of a sudden, cracking that weak password takes days or weeks instead of a millisecond. It completely changes the economics of the attack.
It's all about layers then. A strong password hash protects the password, parameterized queries protect the database, and encryption protects the secret keys.
You got it. Each layer is a backstop for the one before it.
You know, the thing that gets me about this whole story isn't some complex bit of coding. It's how simple it was at the end. Kim used the exact same tools. A browser, the Google Authenticator app that we all use every day.
That's the reality of so many hacks. It's not about cracking impossible encryption. It's about finding one tiny logical mistake, one oversight. Kim understood that the real secret wasn't the phone. It was just a line of text. Sally thought the secret was the physical device.
So, for everyone listening right now, what's the lesson here?
If you're building software, sanitize all your inputs and encrypt your secrets, please. And if you're a user, understand that your password is still your first and most important line of defense. Because you can't always count on the developer to have built the second wall correctly.
That's a sobering thought. We carry our phones around like they're our digital soul. You know, we think, I have the device, so I am secure.
It's a comforting illusion.
But if your entire digital identity can be boiled down to a single string of text in a database, a shared secret key that can be copied and pasted, do you really own your security at all? Or are you just borrowing it from a server somewhere?
That's a question that should keep people up at night. A necessary one, though.
Well, thank you so much for walking us through that. It was illuminating.
Due time, stay safe out there.
And all of you listening, thank you. Stay curious, and please stay secure.